A high value man to me is one who affects the environment, any environment that he goes into.
Mm-hmm.
He does for others,
Mm-hmm.
not just for himself. That's a high value man to me. The minister is a high value man. Ain't none of the niggas that Kevin Samuels can tie the minister's shoes.
Right.
He affects communities.
Right.
We all know who the minister is. The high value men to me are the men who's in the communities and helping, trying to change. You a high value man to me based upon what you got going on.
Right.
Your actions are showing up that you're a high value man.
Right.
When people leave you, I never met a person that know who Allen is and they say, I don't like that nigga. They always say, man, he always doing something.
Yeah.
That's a high value man to me.
Yeah.
All right. Not just because you making a whole bunch of money. Bruh, I know good men who are high value in character.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's going to determine. Money doesn't do it, bro. I know a lot of men with money that are assholes, right? And then when you put them in a room full of men who either got equal amount of money or got knowledge of self, they can't tie those people's shoes. They just clowns with money.
Well, it's the big show. The Black Idea Guy podcast is a new business and culture platform created to serve as a compass with an ultimate goal of helping talented and urbanly influenced creatives get potentially disruptive new ideas, thinking, and perspectives off the ground, out and into the world. Acronymed as The Big Show, this is not an interview, this is an exchange, which we hope will leave all listeners with realized gains, perspective, inspiration, ideas, and insight that drive results. The Black Idea Guy podcast comes firsthand from a former athlete turned innovator, a multi-potentialite creative and entrepreneurial marketing mastermind, the Black Idea Guy himself, Make Allen Brown, and a range of dynamic guest features whom are extremely gifted and talented within their own right. So, I mean, so you like that, Rob? You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a good guy.
Sound like a great guy, right? Low key, it's kind of gaudy. You know, it's kind of gaudy, but, you know, I feel like, again, this is this platform right here, and as I get to introduce and exchange with Sir Rashaan Ali,
yes,
right, the
yes,
guest in the place to be today. I mean, suited to the nine.
Yes, sir.
Suited to the nine. I hope my audience is really ready and tuned in for this particular exchange today, because like I have no outline for this. Like I want to let people know I'm not outlining this because I can't. I don't feel as though it'll do justice to outline this kind of exchange, this type of insight and wisdom that I'm going to be giving today.
Yes, sir.
On this platform, and I'm just really excited. But the first thing we got to do, right, is dap up.
Yes,
you know,
sir. Yes, sir.
Got to dap up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know, shout out to DAP Collectors hand sanitizer for the culture. We're finally getting into some school districts. We're growing our school district pool. Yes. You know, the lemongrass and aloe infused. You smell the essence, man.
Yeah, man, it smells so good. When I was using it earlier, I was like, yeah, this that work. I remember.
It's the work, brother.
It's a everlasting smell, because like my senses came back like, yeah, this is that smell. This is it. This is it.
You know the vibe. Yo, also too, two things, right? So this right here is it's shared real estate, right? This board right here, you know, when you get into your bag and you just gotta get your make energy.
Yes, sir.
Please, it's the top button right here. All right,
yes,
top
yes,
button
sir.
right here. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
and I have to also remind you, this is not a humble space. This is not humility territory, right? Like this is a space. Of course, if your nature, however your nature is, be in your bag.
Yes, sir.
But also understand you're doing the people a disservice the more you hold back. All right.
Okay, I got you.
Don't let the people down. Let them know the real.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's get into it, man. Sir Rashaan Ali, man. Like I don't want to describe you to the people. I feel like I can't.
Yes, sir.
It's so much. It's so much of a perspective that you have. It's so your profile is so extensive. I want you to tell us who's sitting in front of me here today.
First of all, peace and blessings, everybody.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Yes, yes.
And just to be honest with you, man, the best way to describe me and say who I am, I'm just your brother. I'm just a servant, right? I like to help and I like to please people and help people. That's really my purpose in life. Like, some people wander and don't know their purpose in life. I know my purpose in life is to help my teacher to help our people to know who they are and help you find your purpose in life, because we all got value, right? So I'm just a servant, and to be the servant of people is to be the servant of God, and to be the servant of God is to be the servant of the people.
So, okay. Mind blowing. Just like let's just start it off, right?
Yes,
and yo, man, you like, our relationship it stems back a long time.
That's
right.
right.
and I always try to set the foundation, the floor for people that watch the show, because people be like, I pride myself in not only just like, I bring quality perspective to the show, right?
Yes,
and I'm blessed to be able to just be one phone call away from the quality perspectives such as yourself, right?
Appreciate
like, because you're a busy guy.
100%.
You're a busy dude. Like, let's not get it twisted.
100%.
Credit to me. Kudos, pat on the back to me to be able to pull Ra in on the phone call.
100%. Anytime. I don't know. Has there ever been a time that you couldn't get in contact with me? It might happen.
Nah, you always call back.
Oh, okay.
Like, you always, if you know what I mean, if I call the first time, like, you always get back to me, and I'm blessed.
Hopefully in a timely manner.
In a timely manner.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, sir.
But this is definitely not for others. It's a tall task to get Ra in line.
100%. No, and it's because I'm always doing something.
Right.
Like one thing, the Earth spins at 1,037 and a third miles per hour. It don't go no faster, don't go no slower. It's in motion. And I think that we always have to be in motion.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rest when I die.
Mm-hmm.
I've really, it's so much I want to do in life. Like, and that's on the journey of so I have a book coming out called The Journey of Self-Actualization. Right?
Okay.
So I'm on my journey in life. And it's so much that I have for people, and I want more so I can give more.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You can't give what you ain't got.
100%. That's why I want more.
Right.
So I can give more.
Right.
And when I'm not helping people, I'm a dad. I got my girls, teaching them, right? Helping them to understand and find their purpose in life. And I like to have fun. Like, this righteous, sometimes people think that being on a righteous path mean that you corny. Like,
right.
you don't do
let's
nothing,
talk about
right?
Let's talk about it.
And it which is the most bizarre things, crazy. Like, man, you don't have fun? Yeah, I do have fun.
Right.
Like, I have
a lot of fun. Right.
Like, you feel me? Like, are you having fun?
Right.
How do you got a passport yet? No,
right.
I ain't get my passport. Like, damn, you not having fun. Right. You might think that, I like to travel.
Right.
So, I get in my bag, but I play hard because I work hard.
Of course.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, yeah, man. So, yeah.
Yo, so all right. So get like
but I always return. I always will return your phone call, your DMs. I try to hit people who don't even know me. Like, my DMs, for the record, my DMs be lit. So I probably don't get to you when you want me to get to you, but I could assure you, like, once I see your message, I don't just read messages and not respond.
Right.
Unless they're weirdo messages. But you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So
would you say, like, all right, because all right, and this is where I was going with setting the foundation of our relationship, because like, we've had meetings, we've had coming togethers and like, just connecting, and the subject matter is always something dynamic. Every time we link, whether it's business, whether it's just about like, just like living righteously, whether it's about life itself, whether it's about, just connecting the dots, finding opportunities. And like, I see now that you're growing into your socialite perspective. Like, you're really standing into these shoes. And I see you all on the internet. You're here, you're there, you're talking your talk, you're viral, you're this and that.
That's right.
And I see that there's a certain topic that really people, when I read the comments, I see that you really get people going when you talk about relationships, when you talk about dating, when you talk about like, just like that transition, right?
I think that's the most important. All right, so I actually
get into it. Yeah.
All right, so I think let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Give me 2 things that you think is the most that people want to know. Like 2 things. I actually one off air, but I really want to know 2 things that you think that's the most important thing that people really want to know
in life,
in general.
I think people ultimately want to 2 things that people want to know. The first being how to not get played, right? How to get a fair chance in everything and anything that they're doing. Like, people just want to feel like they're living a life that they're not being swindled. People just don't want to get swindled, right? Number 1. Number 2, I think people ultimately want to, people want to figure out how to position people. It's all about positioning. I feel like people just want to know what people sort of want to know what the future looks like now. That's it, right? I think people want to know how to not get played, and people want to know what the future is going to look like today.
So, to answer your question that you asked me, because it goes in, that's the reason why I asked you that. And I'm going to add what you said.
Okay.
I think the 2 most important things, and which is why I talk about it, is number 1, they want to know their value in life. I think that's or their purpose in life. I think that's the number 1 thing. And then 2, which is the most important thing for someone who don't want to be alone, is male and female relationships.
Male and female relationships.
Totally, which is why when you talk about relationships, those on the internet or anywhere, they go. Those are easy things to go, because a man want to try to understand a woman.
Right.
And a woman want to try to understand a man.
Right.
Or whoever your partner is, right? You want to understand the person who you taking a risk in life, how to communicate and be better. You want healthy relationships.
Right.
Life is about relationships, right? So if life is about relationships, you want to know how to be in one, and you want to know how to deal with someone else to have a healthy relationship. So it goes to what you said. People don't want to be played.
Right. Nobody wants to get played.
No one wants to be played.
Right.
Get played. Right. So if you understand what a healthy relationship looks like, it's hard for you to get played unless you just love toxic relationships.
Yo, okay.
Right? And I think, and it's funny, I do think that there is a little bit of toxicity in relationships in general. In other words, you have your downtime in your relationship, right? But it's not, they say 10% about life is about what happened to you, and 90% things, or the 90% about life is how you react to what happens to you.
Facts.
Right? So people don't want to get played.
Right.
Right.
So now with that, the representation of what healthy relationships looks like is all jaded now. Would you agree?
100%.
1000%, right?
100%.
Because you got situations where people are standing at the fence looking at other people's lives that may look a certain way, right? For the audience, but it may not be what we believe or perceive it is.
Definitely.
Right? And it could be some toxicity in there. And also too, I think social media, it just is it's a circus. Right? 100%. It's a circus of different perspectives. It's a circus of different ideas just being like splattered on the wall. That's so right. Relationships now, especially like people are embracing toxicity.
Of course.
Like embrace it, right? And I think that, even within myself and even some of the things that I've learned about myself is like, yo, like maybe when it wasn't a buzz term, right? Before Justin LeBoy started talking all this stuff and all that, like, you would just think like, oh, well, I'm a certain way and it's just how I am. But when people around you start to speak up about it and you're realizing like, yo, maybe I'm not weird for being this way, or maybe I'm not like alone for feeling like I want to do these sort of things.
Look, not alone. They go to that word.
Not alone. Okay.
No one wants to be alone.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
It's not in your nature.
Right.
To be alone.
Right.
I hate that saying, oh, I came in this world alone. Yeah, your mom was right there. Stop the shenanigans.
Right.
All right. And there's probably a whole bunch of doctors in the room. You didn't come in this world alone.
Right.
Stop the shenanigans.
Right.
But yeah, the thing about it is, I so agree with you when you say that the what relationships look like, people have a jaded and just unrealistic,
super unrealistic,
right?
bro. Like
you no one wants to listen to the people who've been married for 30, 50, 60 years.
Right.
But they want to listen to those who are bitter about their relationships. Bitter about people.
Isn't that such like, do you think that that's just like, do you think that's backwards?
Well, no, I think that subconsciously you listen to it because you ain't ready to see your own faults. See, when you start talking to people who've been married for a long time, they're not going to allow you to put the blame on anyone else. They're going to make you accountable.
Right.
Because you're not ready for accountability. Because accountability is allergic to the immature. So because you're not ready.
Hold on. Run that back.
Yes, sir.
Run that back.
Yes, sir.
Run that back.
Accountability
Unpack that.
is allergic to the immature. Immature people don't want to be held accountable. Let's take a child.
Okay.
Yeah, I did this because such and such made me do it. Because he did it first.
Right.
That's how children talk.
Right.
Oh, such and such made me, because such and such did this, it made me do this. That's a child. Now listen to grown people. You will hear, respectfully, we're going to start with the men. You hear men say, yeah, I cheated because she ain't taking care of home. She ain't giving me enough sex.
Right.
Right? So that's why I cheated. You hear women, oh, because he not taking care, that's women. He not taking care of home. He don't give me enough attention. That's what made me, and that's why I gave someone else a chance.
Right.
I let somebody sweet. No, that's what you wanted to do.
Right. Right.
So that's if you got your big boy pants on, your big woman drawers on, lady. Hold yourself accountable.
Hold yourself accountable.
You know what?
Right.
I did that.
Right.
I can't blame you for what I did.
Right.
One of the best things that my Uncle T-Day, right, said to my sister, and it stick with me, and I say this to my daughters. Just because a man disrespect himself, don't scoop down and start disrespecting yourself. Because nobody wins. Right? And fellas, same thing. It's your character, again, is how you handle what happened to you. And then we got this unrealistic expectations on people. We say no one's perfect, right? Ain't that's what we say? So why do we treat people when they do something wrong as if we thought that they was perfect?
Right.
I know what comes out of our mouths, but our action shows differently. So immature people act like that, but a mature person who holds themselves accountable, it goes like this. Yeah, so I had this urge in me and I was weak. That's why I went out. I don't have enough penis discipline. That's why I went out.
No dick control.
I don't have it.
No dick control.
I don't have it. I need to work on myself because you don't want to work on yourself.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hold yourself accountable.
I think so. Like, I mean, there are people are sitting up in their chair right now, right? Like people wherever they at in the world that's watching this, that's listening to this, they're sitting up in their chair because you're literally ringing bells, right? Like bells are going off, and I think what they're asking themselves is like, okay, what's step one, right? What's the beginning look like in order to understand, right? Course correct, right? Well, first identify if there is some toxic behaviors or if they even understand the dynamics of relationships, if they understand that balance, right? People want to know, okay, is what I've been doing up until this point to where I watched this Black I Dig I Pod episode with Sir Rashaan Ali and Make, if they understand these things, right? Have I been doing it right up until now? Number one. Then it's like, if I feel like I haven't been doing it right, and if I feel like there are holes into what I think is right, how do I then take a step forward to correct?
So I got this. People probably hear me say this all the time. The biggest room in a house is room for improvement.
Whew, that's
right?
hard.
So if you think that you've been doing it right the whole entire time,
yeah,
you're the problem.
Damn, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Because if you ask that person, right? If you ask that same person, are you perfect? They're going to say, no, I'm not perfect. So obviously you haven't been doing everything right.
Right.
There's something that you can grow in. And even the right decision that you made at that time, do you make that same decision 15 years later? Don't you evolve?
You evolve, right?
Isn't the biggest room in a house is room for improvement? Can't you improve on the decision making? Right?
You have to.
So the thing about it is, you got to be patient with yourself. What is patience? The definition of patience is to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, and without getting angry or upset.
Right.
Without getting angry. I had to run it through my mind a little bit, right? Without getting angry or upset. So when we break down, how much of us truly have patience?
I mean, yo, it's see, the thing is, I think when it comes to patience, yo, I think the forces against what will keep someone, like the things, like I think patience is within everybody, right? But the pressure that builds is what makes people impatient.
Well, but you're not born with patience. That's something that you grow into, mature.
You learn
into.
patience, right?
You learn patience,
right?
So naturally, your instinct is hasty. We are hasty people.
Eager,
right? Eager,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You grew in 9 months in the womb. You're a hasty individual.
Right.
That's natural.
Right.
But now when you understand, once you mature, see, the brain continue evolving. Hold up. I can't go at this speed. Let me slow my behind down a little bit, right? What your parents say, slow down.
Right.
Why? Because they were in your position before. They understand if you keep going this rate, it's not going to go well for you.
Yeah.
Right? You need to find the right pace in life. Right? So you have to develop patience from experiences as well. But a wise person, right? The more wise you become, because you can learn off of other people's mistakes.
Of course.
You could say, I don't need to make every mistake in order for me to learn patience. I can learn off of other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be patient with yourself. And the more patient you have with yourself, the more you can have patience with others. Understand that if you not just with your own self, how do you expect others to be just to you? It's like in the male-female relationship dynamic, you want your woman to be 100% transparent with you, but you ain't 100% transparent with her.
Right.
You can't ask something that you're not giving.
Right.
Are you giving it? Ladies, that's the same way ladies know damn well she ain't being 100% honest with you, right? I got this take from this sister. Her name Michelle, Mr. Let Go's woman. She coined the term hot, honest, open, transparent, right?
Honest, open, okay.
Honest, open, and transparent, right?
Hot, yep.
You not being honest, open, and transparent completely, but you expect others to be that. So when someone do come that don't lie and able to speak with justice or speak with confidence or speak genuinely to you, it's like, damn, you hold tight to that, but shouldn't we all be like that?
Let me ask you something, Rob. Where do you think, so the idea of manipulating, or manipulation, right? Like I kind of want to go down this direction because I feel like a lot of just like as we adult, right? As we grow older, manipulation is a thing that will really define if someone is being honest, open, and transparent, and being genuine in that, right? Because you could be honest, open, and transparent. You could be hot, right? But that could be a form of manipulation, right? Because I mean, realistically,
but is manipulation a bad thing?
You tell that's I want to know, right?
Can we get the right?
Yeah.
Can we get the right definition?
Let's do
of
it.
Manipulation?
Yes, let's do it. Manipulation. Let's boom. So I'll pull I got it right here. I got it from my iDictionary. Okay.
Well, number one, the action of manipulating something in a skillful manner, right?
Oh, so it's being control. Honest, open, and transparent. Right? Is that a form of manipulation?
Yeah. If you want to manipulate the situation to be righteous.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Don't you want it to go the right way?
So now,
right? Regardless, justice could be a penalty or a reward.
So what happens? What happens when somebody's honest, open, and transparent, but what they're honest, open, and transparent about is not what the other person wants to hear?
It doesn't matter about what they hear. You need to be honest with. You need to be that. you being honest isn't for someone else.
Right.
It's for your own.
It's for you. Yeah. It's for me. Yeah.
I can try to say it in the best of manners because I don't think that you need to be an a-hole
Right.
for you to be honest. You know, some people are like, well, I'm honest. No, you can say it in a way. You could give them honey. You don't got to give them vinegar all the time. I think every now and again you do got to give them people vinegar to give them that shock like vinegar does to the mouth, right? But for the most part, you can be honest, open, and transparent and say things in the best of manner, in the best mood. Mood determines a lot of times how you say things. You can say, you can tell the same story about somebody, that a bad situation, but you can tell that story without making somebody look in a negative light or make people hate this person.
Right.
Or you could be mad as hell. Yeah, I don't like Allen because this nigga, this, that, and the third, he don't. Now you trying to gain more followers to hate Allen.
Right.
But I could be like, man, I love Allen. Allen did some. We came through. We went through some battles together. Man, one time X, Y, and Z, and I tell a story, but I said it in a way that people are not angry with you. They just look at it. We went through a trial together, and then we overcame the trial. You know what I'm saying? So now people ain't walking around. Yeah, Allen, he's a shiesty person. No. Not happening,
right? Because
it's your mood. The minister said your mood determines everything. So manipulation doesn't necessarily have to be in a negative. When you drive a car, you manipulating the wheel to go the right where you want. I'm gonna say another word that I know a lot of women get mad about is control, right? So you controlling the situation,
right?
And as a leader, to control is to lead. To lead is to control.
Is there? So I look at the word control, and immediately when I think of control, I always think of a word to couple it with managing. Right.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
It's the whole thing about, it's about not trying to control relationships, but manage them in a way that, one, someone that's living righteously will create an environment that's fair on both sides.
That's right.
Right.
Control is not a negative word.
Right.
Can it be used negatively? Yes. But can it be used in a positive way?
Of course.
Right? Well, a man shouldn't control a woman. I'd beg to differ, because these same women say that they want a man to lead.
Right.
You can't say you want a man to lead and not allow a man to control. Right? A leader is in control.
A leader is in control.
Now,
facts.
100%. So at the end of the day, and you in the same sentence, our women wants protection. They want a man to protect. The minister said that a man can't protect anyone or anything that he can't control. Because if I'm trying to protect you and I'm trying to tell you to do something, you doing something that's opposite out of my protection, you can't expect me to protect you.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want me to protect you, then you got to do what I tell you to do.
Right.
Now that don't mean that you have to be a control freak.
Right.
See, now I'm not trying to tell you to do something that's against you. If you say you trust me, I'm your man, I'm your husband, and you say you trust me, and you believe that I got you as my best interest or your best interest at hand, right? If you believe that, then what's the problem of listening? Real women don't have a problem of submitting and allowing a man to be in control who they can trust, though.
Who they can trust, right?
And men, we have to be able to build that trust.
Many times it could be also delivery of how how genuine messages come across.
That's right.
Right. Because if you're saying it's all delivery, a lot of times it's delivery, right?
100%. And guess what? I think I agree with you.
You feel me?
And sometimes people are so emotional.
Oh yeah.
That you can't even. Sometimes you might say something and your delivery wasn't as appeasing to that person.
Right.
And just because your delivery wasn't appeasing to that person, they're not going to listen or they're going to get mad. Mm-hmm. I don't even like dealing with those type of people, because that means I don't feel like I got to sugarcoat, and it's not really sugarcoating, having to, I feel like I should be able to talk to you as an adult, not disrespectful, but as an adult. I don't want to treat you like you're in the 8th grade and talk to you like you're an 8th grader. You're a grown woman,
right?
Or you're a grown man, right? That's why in the military they break you out of that thing, that delivery aspect, because in the military they yell at you In the military, they do all of the things to get underneath your skin, but you got to be able to follow directions underneath chaos.
Yeah.
So so they mature you. So now when you hear somebody yelling or some X, Y, and Z, I paid attention to the message first. Then I would deal with you later about, hey, yo, listen, I understand that you had me at your best interest, or you said something. I listened to what you said. Watch how you talk to me, though, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean, at the end of the day, that's later on.
Right.
I'm gonna follow directions first, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I caught the message.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So now, when it comes to another buzzword, compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm trying to go there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take it there. You know, so
100%.
like, yo, it's like when you talk about, you know, and a lot of things, compromise happens not just in dating relationships, but in business. Right. It's a universal topic that I think is an undertone, is unspoken about, right? People don't, like, in order to really be able to excel, there has to be some form of compromise, right? So where do you think as men, right, men that want to, one, foster more righteous, more healthy relationships, right? But they're stubborn, right? They're stubborn. They understand their power. They understand that, you know, sometimes it may be driven by ego, right? They might be driven by these forces that make them that keep them at that masculine, like, powerful structure that they may perceive themselves to be. And compromise is something to struggle with, right? Like, how does one start to put their mind into a place to conform and compromise?
Well, if you want to do anything in life, you got to compromise. If you really want to be successful in life, long term, you have to compromise. In fact, that's what a leader does.
Yeah.
A lot of times us men think that leadership is just you do whatever I tell you to do and that's it. No, that's not it. You got to know how to compromise, one, with your woman. How effective communication is key. How are you, I said X, Y, no. Are you effectively communicating, as you mentioned, delivery? Right? Is it effective? Oh, but I was right, though. Being right didn't matter if you wasn't effectively communicating with her.
But is effectiveness based on us seeing that done by someone else, or is it internal? Is it like, how do we know that what's going on is not the way, right? Like, why many times people don't want to look at people don't want to look at people outside of their relationships for guidance because they think that, oh, they don't know what they're talking about.
I started off by saying that they want to listen to bitter people and not people who you spoke to married people before. Have you ever spoken to somebody that's been married over 20 years?
I mean, I'm proud to say my parents.
Praise be to Allah.
You know?
Have you ever asked them how did they do it?
Nah, I don't think I don't think.
Now I want you to ask your parents how did they do it? Most people who I spoke to who've been married for 15, 20, 30, 40 years, these is the ingredients that they say.
Mm-hmm.
Patience.
Okay.
Forgiveness.
Uh-huh.
Compromise. Everybody that I ever met that been in a long-term marriage or relationship, they say the reason how they done that, those three are the meat and potatoes of the ingredients. Patience, forgiveness, compromise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd rather listen to somebody who got long-term success
I feel
than
like
somebody who just been hopping into relationships over and over again, can't keep a man or a woman. I'm not listening to you, dog.
Right.
All right. And I would even listen to somebody who been in a relationship or marriage for 10, 15 years, but it might have didn't go well. But you know, but if you are bitter, then I'm not listening to you. But if you can always tell that person in the way how they, I made a mistake. You can hear their accountability. They're not even blaming the other person. That's somebody I can listen to, because the accountability part, that means they understood the problem.
So let me ask you this, Ra. So, all right. So the 20-something, the early 30-something, right, guy, girl out there that just want to have fun. Right? That's not really trying to be for the patience, forgiveness, and compromise right now. They don't, they don't really have a need to it, right? They're a little bit lean in their life. They're not really tied down to anything. They're just looking to have some fun. Is there a right way to manage having fun? If you just want to have fun, like how do you correctly have fun out here to do it the right way, where you can still be righteous, like right?
Like, so what do you mean by having fun then?
Having fun is, you know, being able to explore the opportunities presented to you, right? Whether it be a woman exploring, you know, male opportunities afforded to her, or a guy exploring female opportunities, but like, you know, platonic, right? They're not really tied down, or no, like there's nothing really.
So they just having sex.
Just having sex.
All right. So there's no righteous way of fornicating. For the record,
there's no righteous way.
Ain't no righteous.
It's all wrong.
It's all
You heard it here. Ross said it.
Listen, no. Now I understand. I can't sugarcoat that.
Don't,
right?
bro. You know this ain't no humble space, bro. Right? You know what we're talking about.
100%. So I'm not going to sugarcoat that. However, I understand nature.
You understand nature.
I understand the nature of men
and also
women.
culture too.
Culture and the nature going to override anything.
Mm-hmm.
You leave a man and a woman by themselves, you know what's going to happen, right? So nature calls that's going to be the strongest law or anything, right? So there is, I just would like to say, if you are going to do it, be honest.
Be honest.
Let's not sugarcoat it. If I fornicate, I fornicate. I'm going to put it on my shoulder. I'm not giving no excuse.
Right.
I'm not going to be X, Y, and Z. See, this is the level of accountability people don't want to have because they don't want to say I'm doing something wrong. Well, I'm just being natural. Yeah, you are being natural, but it's a way of going about it too. Right. This is I don't believe in celibacy. Right. I don't believe in celibacy. Somebody not having sex 10, 15. Get you a goddamn man or a woman.
That's nuts.
Get you a man. Get you a man or a woman, find you a partner, a life partner.
Yeah.
All right. Let's be clear here.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why we encourage, right, in the nation for us to get married. Don't sit here and play no games. Right. Go ahead and get married.
Right.
You're missing life without a partner. Like really companionship. Why don't nobody wants to be alone. So I understand people don't want to be. The reason why people scared to be locked down because people are scared to take risk. It's risky being locked down. It's risky going, damn, I chose this because here go the accountability. I chose this person and then it didn't go well. But you chose the person. Y'all chose each other. And now you're going to blame because this person did. It was a bad choice.
So how do you, okay, so now, okay, I chose this person. You chose the person that you met at that moment, and they showed you certain things that you were like selective of. You were like, yo, I like this. But then something in that equation goes something in that equation changes, right? And this person starts to show you sides of them that you didn't choose.
Oh, so you didn't want to take all of the person. See, when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
Okay.
Right? You can't just say, you can't just say, oh, I want the best part of this person. Then no, you got to be hot, honest, open, and transparent.
Yeah.
Have those uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Both of y'all gotta have that. Right? So now and then during the courting process, you figure out if you could deal with certain things and that you can't. Right? But everybody want to test drive the car. All right.
Right.
I don't need to test drive the new Maybach Benz. I know that shit is smooth.
You know it's smooth. Right.
Let's be clear here.
But let me ask you this. So as stay with this point, right? Do you think that, okay, obviously, so sex complicates things.
For women, definitely.
For women.
And I'm not going to say it to a degree. I do think it does take an effect on men a little bit, but not like women. Ladies, if you want to make the right decision, if you want to be with this person or not, once sex is involved, the red flags is blinders now. You know what? I think I could deal with this.
The red flags is blinders now.
Until you can't deal with it no more.
Yeah.
Because you're allowed the sex to override what you knew you couldn't take if you didn't have sex.
Right.
But now if you just saying you just out here, okay, cool. I understand. Oh, I got it. No one wants to work and build nothing. No one wants to work and build nothing. You can't cheat the process, right? You looking for that long-term relationship, but long-term relationship, you go through struggle. And you're going to go through struggle. There's going to be some things that you do not like, right? And you got to be able to grow from it and evolve. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And compromise, have patience. It's not, everything is not going to be on your time. Mm-hmm. You want to be so hasty. Have you not learned that everything happens at the right time? You can't force your man to do something that he don't want to do, and you can't force a woman to do something that she don't want to do. But as long as it's not, no one is belittling you.
Yeah.
No one is tearing you. You could tell when a woman is in an unhealthy relationship. She looks like it. When a woman, you can always tell when she in a healthy relationship or she's single, right? Because they be having that glow.
It's a glow. It's
and
facts.
then when you see them in an unhealthy relationship, you see the glow being stolen from her. Like, damn, she used to be bad. What happened? She either on some drugs or she in an unhealthy relationship. And sometimes it's both. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, like, you have to have, so I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about abuse. All right? I'm not talking about the extremes of the world, because I know that's the first thing people, especially on the internet, like to go to. You don't supposed to take abuse. No one's telling you to take abuse.
Right.
Men or women, be clear here. And no one is telling you that you got to take somebody cheating on you over and over again. I'm not saying that either. I'm talking about people breaking up for less. Mm-hmm. People don't want to do, and fear is the number one thing of why some people don't want to get in relationships, because they scared to take risks. But it's risky being alone. I was just talking to this brother earlier. I'm a person that says, I'm glad I did this, rather than I wish I did this.
Right.
Let's be I'm glad I did this type of people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And only way you can say that is by taking risks. All great rewards that people receive, I don't care what it is, all great rewards came from a great sacrifice.
Of course.
You have to take the risk. If you if you fail, you fail.
Right.
But guess what? You learn from it, and then now when you go back in the ring, I'm gonna watch that left hook. I know that left hook coming, and now you able to watch out for the left hook.
So all right, cool. So let's as we progress on this topic, right? I think I want to speak to those guys that literally like are very conscious and very aware, right, of their nature, right? I kind of call them smoking guns, right? The smoking gun class, right? These are like progressive young men. They could be young men and women out here that they understand that life is they're favored, right? The favored individual, someone that's highly sought after. Right, the high value man, the high value woman, right? I backtrack. What are your thoughts on Kevin Samuels, and like what are your thoughts on like his narrative, his message? I
think that first of all, I don't know our brother. May Allah be pleased with him.
Yeah,
I think that he had made plenty of valid points. I don't agree with everything that he said, but I do agree with a lot of different things that he said.
Likewise.
But my view of a high value man ain't his. Let's just be, I don't want to make that perfectly clear here. Money doesn't determine you being a high value man.
Right.
Money don't make a man at all.
Right.
Right. And most men who do got a lot of money normally in a relationship or married. Let's just be clear here. The ones who are single that makes a lot of money, you probably really don't want him. Because you wasn't with him shooting in the gym.
Right.
And he would never really have a healthy respect for you. Let's be clear here. On average. All right. But it ain't really a lot of them that's single.
Yeah.
We be talking like a lot of them are single. A lot of dudes who get to a bag ain't really single.
Right.
Let's just be clear.
Right.
Talk about it. So every woman wants that type of man. And if you talk about money, I'm only talking about that part based upon what the world portrays, or America portrays high value men. Yeah. Right. A high value man to me is one who affects the environment, any environment that he goes into. Mm-hmm. He does for others, not just for himself. That's a high value man to me. The minister is a high value man. Ain't none of the niggas that Kevin Samuels can tie the minister's shoes.
Right.
He affects communities. communities.
Right.
We all know who the minister is. The high value men to me are the men who's in the communities and helping trying to change. You a high value man to me based upon what you got going on.
Right.
Your actions are showing that you're a high value man.
Right.
When people leave you, I never met a person that know who Allen is and they say, I don't like that nigga. They always say, man, he always doing something.
Yeah.
That's a high value man to me.
Yeah.
All right. Not just because you making a whole bunch of money. Bruh, I know good men who are high value in character.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's going to determine. Money doesn't do it, bro. I know a lot of men with money that are assholes, right? And then when you put them in a room full of men who either got equal amount of money or got knowledge of self, they can't tie those people's shoes. They just clowns with money.
Right.
Just because you got money doesn't
right.
mean that a woman's supposed to submit to you.
Right.
That doesn't mean, and most of them niggas get cheated on anyway.
Right.
Let's be real here.
Facts.
With the gardener, the pool boy.
Right.
Man, come on, please. Money ain't keeping no woman. It doesn't move her. That's fifth on our list. See, in the nation, we're taught that a man's supposed to provide 5 things: spiritual, mental, emotional, physically, and then financial. Those are the 5 things that a man is supposed to provide for a woman. And in return, a woman provides comfort, consolation, and gentle challenges. Those are the 3 things. So that's why you're a leader. You provide 5, right? So, which is another reason, adding everything that we were talking about, that's why I'm going to be in control. Because if something goes wrong, guess who gets the blame?
Oh, it's you.
The man is always. 2 people get a divorce. A man walks away, break up with a woman. He could be the person that left. Everybody going to assume what did you do?
Right.
Is what you did.
Right.
Not what the woman did. Everybody going to say what the man did. So if I got to take the weight and I'm supposed to be the leader, the captain of the ship, anything that goes on wrong on the ship is the captain's fault.
Yep.
He wasn't even in the engine room.
Right.
But he's supposed to have enough control in the engine room that everybody's supposed to have been doing what they're supposed to have been doing. You need to have enough. So that's the reason why I'm being in control. So to add everything up, yeah, I love what our brother Kevin Samuels brought out, though. It made people talk. It made people want to talk about male and female relationships.
Right.
It made people want to get down to the bottom of it because we have a problem. And he was giving out the solutions where he thought was best, right? So I can't never knock a man for that, right? I'm not here to, a lot of us, I'm not here to condemn our brother. I'm here to put a clean glass up, though, and allow you to choose. My clean glass is the minister who's been married longer. That's just be here. He got people who follow him, who look up to him, men and women, right? Who he can hold men accountable, which he does first, because the man's supposed to be the head, right? And he could also hold women accountable, and women don't say nothing. Why? Because they know that here go a man who's not putting the blame on them, but is going to hold them accountable of their actions, but ultimately holds the man accountable. So that's why we able to criticize our women and not get no real pushback. But if you ain't doing nothing and affecting change in the community, nobody trying to hear what you're saying. What are you doing with the time?
Yeah, what's crazy about one of the points you made is that, of course, men have the 5 to the woman 3, right? In your beliefs. And
That's right.
And I think that when you look at society right now, when you look at culture right now, arguably, women in society from a positioning standpoint, women are propelling.
Yeah, I agree. You're talking about on a financial level?
On a financial level, but also from a career level, on so many different levels.
I agree.
Women are like killing shit.
And they're the most unhappy.
Why do you think that is, though?
Because it's not in their nature to be providing for men.
It's heavy.
See, it doesn't matter about what's going on, the social construct. It's all about the nature. No woman can actually really respect the man that she's providing financially for.
Right. I agree.
She's providing everything financially.
I agree.
She can't truly, it's not in her nature to do so, which is why they like women with money really want to date a man with more money than them.
Right.
Because their nature calls for that. However, it's hard for them to find that because those dudes who making the amount of money that they're making, they all married. Let's be clear here. They all in a relationship, to be clear here. So now she's stuck with you. Not that money makes a man, because now if she can get a man with good character. See, look, Prophet Muhammad wife, mother, may Allah be pleased with both of them. She came from wealth, Sister Khadijah.
Okay.
Prophet Muhammad didn't. But he knew how to trade. See, just because your woman make more money than you, that doesn't mean that you need to sit on your behind.
Right.
Work. The only good thing about it is if you meet a woman with money, I don't need to go be in debt with the white man. I can go to my woman, babe, listen, I got this idea. We're going to buy this building, X, Y, Z, this, and the third. You construct and control it all. You add to her.
Right.
You grow that thing.
Right.
And she going to have a healthy respect for you because you the mastermind of it all.
Mm-hmm. Talking.
You understand what I'm saying? So you started off with less money than her, but you quarterback that whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So look, it's you have to be the quarterback of your team, bro. It can't be your woman. Your woman, it plays Tom Brady if you want. You're gonna be.
Well, you're gonna be cut,
bro, immediately. Because they don't need you. We got Brady. We need you. We don't need you.
Right.
All right. At the end of the day, we don't need you, and that's how they act as well. Mm-hmm. Because and again, I'm not saying, you know. And look. When I was active as a financial advisor, I was meeting white people. These white boys, they girls made more money than them.
Right.
Started off, they had a plan. 10-year plan, 7 to 10 year plan. They end up flipping, then they became the head and made money the whole 9 yards, made their wives more money than their wives was able to quit their job and be a soccer mom. Mm-hmm. Stay at home while the man continuing progressing. Mm-hmm. It's okay if she started off first. Look, it was before the nations, Master Fraud Muhammad found Elijah Muhammad. His wife went in first. Normally, women start off fast. Look, a 12-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl ain't on the same level. I don't care how much you think, but just that girlfriend that you had at 12, 13 years old, she was beyond you, dog. She was. Women starts off faster than you, but we catch up. And when we finally catch up, then you could be the man that you want to be. So it's okay if your woman starts off before you. That don't make you less. Your confidence, if a man with a plan and he executes it, a woman will always respect that man.
Well, it's the big show.